This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity Podcast. Today's title is Every Great Team Needs an Enforcer. And so many people may agree with this, they may not agree with this, but this is my experience. If people talk about sort of the Gino Wickman concept of it needing a visionary and an executor, this is similar but a little bit different. Most great teams need someone on the team. Often it's a chief operating officer. Sometimes when you have a CEO and the president, it's the president. But most great teams need someone who's going to sort of enforce the rules. It's going to make sure people in a law firm do their hours, in a regular business get their bills out. They make sure that the trains run on time. People do what they're supposed to do, the quantity and quality of what they're supposed to do. But almost all great teams, it's wonderful to have a well-respected and loved CEO. But almost all great teams also need someone who's going to enforce the rules and make things work. And this is true in almost all endeavors. In tennis, you need somebody who's going to put the ball away on your team, not somebody, you could have somebody who just gets every ball back in play, but someone in doubles has to put the ball away. In hockey, if someone attacks one of your forwards, one of your scorers, you often need the big defenseman or someone who's going to enforce and make sure they don't get away with that. In every sport, you need this. In business, we often talk about it is the people that are tough on other people and hold them accountable often get criticism. And there's obviously a sort of great grace in doing this police role, this enforcer role, with discipline and positivity and not yelling and screaming. But however you do it, almost organizations need someone that's going to hold people to the rules. In great golf teams, in matchups, and not to steal too many sports analogies, you almost always need somebody, if it's a 3 to 4 person competition, whatever competition it is, even a 2-man competition, someone who's going to make shots when they count, that keeps you in every hole, someone that is maybe a little bit not as careful on their handicap as they should be, someone that gives your team an edge. So we talk about sort of two things. We talk about every team needs an edge. Every team needs an enforcer, whether you call it good guy, bad guy, whatever it might be. It's the lost art of being able to, one, acknowledge that you need someone to enforce the rules. And unfortunately, the reality of life, when Elon Musk took over Twitter, there's famous examples of he had 2,500 people writing code, and some people only wrote 3 lines of code a day, and you just can't make a business work with those kinds of numbers. Every business needs someone to enforce. It's the unusual situation where you've got an Elon Musk that can play both roles. Steve Jobs, for a period of time, they could play both roles. Over the long run, it's almost never sustainable. But the reality is every team needs an edge. Every team needs an enforcer. In any sport, in any endeavor, we often call it good guys plus one, whatever you want to call it. And in today's world, good girls plus one, good men, good women plus one, whatever you want to call that. But good guys plus one, where every team needs an enforcer, every team needs an edge. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this. Feel free to text me at any time, 773-766-5322. I'd love to have your comments. Thank you so much for listening.